Good evening, hello everybody, hi, welcome back. Sorry I'm late today. We're still only going through till 9 o'clock though, unfortunately, because we've got a hectic day tomorrow. We're going to there, London, to visit the Queen. Hello, I've got no idea what just happened. Oh, hang on, I've entirely lost all of my chat. Hang on, how has this happened? Oh God, how do I? Right, hello everyone. Hopefully you can all hear me. Hopefully that's all good. I don't know what is going on with this today. Why, if you could see the scene that I can see issues. Yes, I am. Oh gosh. Escape doesn't change anything. What the hell just happened? My entire system. Oh gosh, what on earth? Bear with, hopefully I can reset this. Hang on, let me try and reload it. Stay with everybody, just stay with. Sorry if you're talking to me in the live, I cannot see any live chat. I've just got a huge image of my own face, which is not good. Right, hang on. There we go. There we go, now we're back. Talk about technical issues today. I had this all sorted. I sorted the colour out and everything earlier on today, so that when it got to time, I could just come straight in and hit it. And yeah, that didn't happen. That didn't happen today. And now everything is much smaller. There we go. Right, let's make it so I can see the blooming questions. Good evening, everybody. Hello. Thank you so much for joining me on this chaotic, hectic Valentine's Day. Congratulations to you if you managed to get the cards and flowers. Commiserations if you didn't, never mind. I didn't get cards or flowers either. Apparently Rufus did buy me a card, but I haven't got a chance to buy him one, and we're going out for dinner on Thursday, so we're going to do our Valentine's on Thursday instead. So let me just go into the live chat. Alison, you can have a reading, my darling. Good evening to Alison. Good evening to Misha. Good evening to Ed. Thank you, Ed. Good evening to HS. Yes, you can ask questions. If you want questions, pop your question into the live chat, starting with the word question. We're very limited for time today, so we're not going to be able to get through as many as normal. Good evening to Nanette. What did I watch? Your video, your unboxing of the Silver Raven Wolf book.
Yep, that's what I saw. Ed, if you'd, oh, look at that. Ed saying, if you want a reading, start it with the word question. Yes. Amina's here. Hello, Amina. Misha's here. You can have a question, darling. Alison Holden, I've got your question marked. Let me just take that one off the page. Wolf Boyo, hello. How are you? I might have done. It's been an absolute bonkers day today. I haven't had a chance to check anything, but I will check that in just a second. Patricia's here as well. Thank you, Patricia. Hi. HS, what can be done? Okay, I've got your right, okay. HS, that's an interesting question. It verges more into witchcraft, but that's fine. I'm doing fine, thanks, Nanette. Apart from running horrendously late, I'm doing absolutely fine. I was doing lots of good stuff today. What can I do about the bully bee, says Amina. We'll have a look at that one for you. Again, that's verging into witchcraft, isn't it? Yes, we're going to London to visit the Queen. That's what you do, isn't it? That's what you do. You go to London and visit the Queen. We're going for tea with the Queen consort. Queen consort. Thank you, Nanette. Alison, I think I've got 2 questions in now, but I'll have a look at them in a second. You can hear me and see me. Fantastic. Sarah Island's here. Hello, my darling. I hope you are well. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Yes, Patricia's given you some very good advice here, Amina. Very, very, very good advice. Absolutely, Sarah. Absolutely. Pop your question in, starting with the word question, and we'll get that in for you. No, I've got that one. Good evening, Neil. Hello. That was really interesting, the message you sent. That was really, really fascinating. I know, right? Can you imagine? So Neil sent me a thing. So as you all know, Necro Neil, runs Necronomicon zine. What you might not know is 100 years ago, I had a little zine. And we've just found in one of the, I don't know what magazine it was, but in one of the magazines, we've just found a little advert that I had for it way back when, a million years ago. And the little advert had my actual address on it. Back in the day, before people were such weirdos, I just put my address out there in a magazine for people to write to buy a zine. Absolute bonkers. I could not imagine doing that in a million years now. You're doing a live stream tonight, Nanette. What are you doing a live stream on? That would be really cool. Yes, let me know. Good evening, Neil, says Nanette. I'm going rapidly through these. Oh, right. It's not the sort of question I can normally do, but I'll have a go. Sarah. It was SFX in 2002. Wow, SFX. I used to like that magazine. 2002, 21 years ago. Oh my God, I'm so old. Neil was so old. We're so old, Neil, now. We are so old. Neil's so old and not include yourself. No, I am old as well. Don't forget, though, you were older than me. I don't know what you mean. Yeah, exactly. Love you, dear. Happy Valentine's. Bye. Oh, yeah. I thought it was only Thursday. No. Yeah, we are having it Thursday. Yummy. When we go for dinner. Yeah. Yes, Harvester. Oh, look, Queen's here. See? I said we were going to London to visit the Queen. She's here. Hello, Queen. I will definitely have a feel out, Sarah. I'll put the feelers out. What am I doing? Movies that you consider love stories that I love, and a birthday celebration for Heather. Oh, happy birthday for Heather. I will try and watch, my darling, if I can. We've got to get up super crack of dawn in the morning. Yes, as Ed is saying there, has everybody hit the thumbs up button? Right, we've got 10 people watching. I would like a like spike, please. A like spike would be... It would be glorious to have a lovely like spike. Let's get 10 likes in. Thank you very much. Yes, it is, Queen. You can ask questions. Yes, absolutely. I've got 6 in, and we're going to start the readings in a couple of seconds. My jaws are aching today. I don't know what I've done. There. That really hurts today. A new fibro symptom. So that's always good, isn't it? That's just what you want in life. I've also been busy connecting things behind the scenes here with a 4 USB port adapter thingy thing. I know, it's like I know what I'm doing or something. And then next time, hopefully this is going to make my microphone work, because I've got a proper like nice microphone, and as you can see, like a nice one, and it stopped connecting to the laptop, so I'm hoping to be able to connect it with a USB. Not that you all need to know that. Anyway, let's crack on. Let me have a look. Right then, so everybody, we're going to start the tarot. It's all going to start straight after this. How many likes have we got? Can anybody see on the back end? What are we like for likes? Have we got 10? 10 would be glorious. 10 would be glorious. 10 people on the stream. 10 would be glorious. Let's have a look. What have we got? Can someone tell me? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. You did a business course, Sarah. Oh, we've got 3. Oh, Sarah says 3 and the next says 8. 10. Oh! Till I'm victorious. Yay! That's really cool. Right then, let's crack on with some tarot reading. 11, says Patricia. Yay! Yay! If you know the wrestler, Bobby Roode. Yeah. Anyway, it's WWE. It's a wrestler's theme. I've got no idea, Queen. We're going to try and get through as many as possible, and we're going to start the readings as soon as I press this magic button. We're going to start the readings now. We have a super strong connection here, right? Oh my God! Your cards say, indeed. What will they say? Let's have a look. So the first cab off the rank today is going to be Alison Holden. Alison, if you're here, come and say hello on the live chat, so that we know that you are here. Come and say hello, Alison, in the live chat, so we know that you are here. Don't forget, everybody, if you are waiting, if you've got your question in, please do stick around on the live stream. I will get to you as soon as I possibly can. But you do have to be here when we call you. If we call your name 3 times and you're not here, then you will forfeit your reading, unfortunately. So Alison Holden for the second time. Isn't Alison Holden famous? Isn't she the one on Britain's Got Talent and that? Is that Alison Holden? Is it just somebody with the same name? Oh, Alison Holden. Where's celebrities now? You see, celebrity readings. Let me have a little look. See, right then, Alison, I've got your question. You are the first cab off the rank. I'm going to try once again. I need to update Sunday's readings because I still haven't done that yet. So I will update Sunday's timestamps, and we're going to do Alison's timestamp right about now. Right then, Alison. Dragons. There we go. Dragons. Alison would like a reading today. If you don't know what I'm talking about when I say dragons, I know I say this at the first reading of every single session. I work with elemental energies. Now, the elemental energies I work with are obviously earth, air, fire, water, and spirit. Now, we've got dragons that work with us. Now, they are elemental thought forms. They take on the form of dragons so that we can understand them. So we've got earth. Sounds like some rocks falling. We've got Wispy, who is our air dragon, who normally pops in. We've got Scarlet, who is our fire dragon, so it's like fireball. We've got Laguna, and they are a water dragon. Splish splash. And then we've got the wonderful Rocky, who is the spiritual dragon. He's the old boy. So yes, if you hear me talking about dragons, that's what we're referring to. Also, you will see that I ring the bell in between. The reason I'm ringing the bell is not just to wind everybody up and make everybody's ears bleed. It's because I am cleansing the energy between readings using the bell, using vibrational energy. So that's what we do on this channel. With all that being said, let's crack on for Alison's reading. And yes, don't forget, everybody, you can go across to buymeacoffee.com/beyond authentic. If you would like to QJUMP, then that option is there for you. So then, dragons, Alison Holden would like to have a reading, and her question is, oh, what's your question, Alison? Oh, there we go. How will your life pan out in the next year? So we don't tend to see a year into the future. We tend to only see about up to the next 6 weeks or so. Next week, 6 weeks or a couple of months at maximum, because anybody who says that they can read definitively for you for the next 12 months and say this is what's going to happen, it's probably BSing you. The reason I'm saying that is because so many things change. The further you look, the vaguer, the more blurred that image gets. So when we're looking 6 weeks or 2 months maximum into the future, at that point, we can kind of see the patterns that life is going in. When somebody's trying to look a year or further down the line, it's almost impossible to do that. You might see if there's like a headline event, like a major event. The rest of it, it's going to be pretty much unlikely to be able to be seen in any detail. So we'll do what we can. So then, dragons, we want to know how Alison's life is going to pan out. What things can Alison expect over the next couple of months, possibly a bit further if you can, dragons. Let's have a look. The way that we work on this channel is if a card flips, we call it a modifier. And you'll see sometimes as I'm shuffling, like lots of cards fall. That's just me with my bad fibro. My hands are also really cold today, which again is a fibro issue. But you'll see the difference. If a card jumps, it normally literally flies out of the pack. And in the cards where there are reversed cards, where they've got like a nice back on them, you'll see then the card will literally flip itself as I'm shuffling. Now with this deck, that's a lot harder to see because I'm using the vice versa deck at the moment, which has images on both sides. So yeah, just so you know, it doesn't look like we've got a modifying card in at the moment. I will do one more round. There we go. And again, yeah, no, so there's no modifying card today for you, Alison, but we'll do your 3-card reading. So then let's do the drop. It's going. Oh, not where I expected at all. Started to separate up here somewhere. I don't know whether you saw that. Right then, let's have a look. We've got, oh, interesting. Right. So we have the energy that's taken you up to now is the 8 of Swords, but this is in its reversed element. So the 8 of Swords, if I show you what it normally looks like, it normally looks like that, quite or similar to that with most of the Rider-Waite-Smith style decks. Now, this has come up with the back of the card in focus. Now, this is a very different image. So this is talking about this. So for me, Swords is all about trouble and strife, obstacles, challenges. Now, what this card is actually saying is that although you think that your hands are tied and that there's not a lot you can do and you think you can't see things coming, actually your hands are tied, but this sword goes through the ropes, which means you have a way out. There's also like, is this bird coming to attack or coming to help? Again, we don't know, but this person that is tied is not actually as helpless as they think they are. So this is saying to you, the energy that's coming in at the moment that is around, that's leading you up to now, you're not in as much danger, you're not in as much trouble, not in as much, the obstacles aren't as hard as you think, because although your hands are kind of behind your back, they're not tied. So things are not set in stone right now. So you've got access, you've got a way out of this situation, whatever these issues are that have come up recently. And I think these have come up probably, I would hazard a bet to say, in the winter. This isn't long term. This is in the last 2 to 3 months, that something, it almost feels like there's been, again, I've said it before, a series of unfortunate events, like a Lemony Snicket book, film thing, series. I don't know what it is. But it feels like there's been like one after the other. It's like, oh my God, what else is coming? But all of those issues that feel a bit overwhelming, you've absolutely got the way through those, because you've got your hands aren't tied. You've got a way through. You've just got to find it. Now, in the present, it's actually my favorite card in the entire tarot deck, of any tarot deck. This is my favorite card. It's going to be a tattoo at some point. This is the Empress. I've actually got a wall hanging there of the Empress. This version of the Empress is in the nighttime. So we've got this star, and what the Empress represents is abundance and a nurturing energy. So this is the energy that you've got around you at the moment. Now, the Empress only ever comes up for me when we're talking in a really positive way. So it feels like whatever these challenges are that you've been going through, that Empress energy is coming in now to deal with them. And it almost is saying that you need to deal with them with love, if that makes sense. So whether this is whether the issues are family based or, excuse me, friend based, it's some sort of connection that you've got with the person or with the source of the issue, shall I say. So it's not like your boss at work is making your life hell. They might be, but that isn't the main focus of what is going on or what's troubling you at the moment. So that Empress energy is phenomenal. So as an advice, it's saying to really trust your heart, go with your heart, like feel the abundance of the earth around you, and like know that you've got so much goodness around you. You've just got to see it in that light. And it's like there's a lot of tarot readers will equate this with wealth and with abundance and sort of material things, but it's not. Abundance isn't just talking about money. It's talking about that, you know, if you need a community to help you out of these issues, that community will be there. If it's friends that you need to help you out, those friends are going to be there. That nurturing energy is here for you right now. And then, oh, hang on, the live chat has gone bonkers. Let me just have a little look see. Oh, right, here we go. I've got that. Yep, there we go. The future energy we've got the Three of Cups. So this is the present, really will take us up to the end of February. So it's normally like a 2 week to 4 week, like in that sort of window. So basically 2 weeks either side of now. That sort of energy is what I call the present. The past energy is like few weeks before that. The future energy is coming up after that. So towards the end of the month and into March, we've got the Three of Cups. Now this again is very warm, nurturing, loving energy, because the Three of Cups is talking again. This is another card where we look at community and we look at a group of people. Now it's not talking about polygamy. It is talking about having people who've got your back. And again, whatever these issues are that you've experienced, if you reach out to your community, reach out to your friend circle, your family, reach out to those people that you know have got your back, reach out to them, because I think this Empress energy that's coming in at the moment, this warmth, this really loving kind of glowy energy, I think that's leading you into this Three of Cups card. Now, the Three of Cups could represent three people. So it could represent, you know, a throuple, but it could represent a child. It could represent just, you know, a widening of your friendship base. And it feels like, in comparison with the Eight of Swords here in the past, and then you've got the Three of Cups coming up with that Empress bridging the gap, it really does feel like things are going to be a lot nicer during March and into spring. That energy is going to be far more abundant, especially when you literally look at the card. This looks like three people dancing around in spring out in nature. So it really is saying that you've got this warm, loving feeling coming in, and that is what's coming for March. Whether that is a new romance, I don't think it's a romantic energy. It feels very much like reconnecting with friends, reconnecting with your roots, reconnecting with your emotional and spiritual passion for some reason. I don't know why I'm getting that, but like the Empress for me is incredibly spiritual. So although she's not the high priestess, which most tarot readers would read as a spirit, for me, the Empress, I have such a connection to her that there is this spiritual element to it. And again, leading that into the Three of Cups, again, that spiritual, warm, loving energy, that Earth Mother Gaia energy, that feels like that's coming in. So yeah, hopefully that helps, Alison. It feels very positive coming up. Yeah, hopefully that helps. I can't really go into much more detail on a 3-card reading, unfortunately. But you can always book a 10-card reading over at fiverr.com/Beyond Authentic. The I in Authentic is the #1. You can always book a reading over there for a 10-card reading. And if you actually book at the moment, if you book a 6-card reading, you can upgrade it to a full 10-card reading just by putting the word weirdling in the question bit. Just write the word weirdling, put that in the question bit, and then I'll upgrade you at no extra cost. And that's the same for anybody that wants a private reading. But for now, Alison, thank you very much for your question. Okay, next up, we've got HS. HS, if you're here on the live, come and say hello so I know you are here. You're all talking about how old you feel. Oh, no worries, my darling. I hope it helps. You're all talking about how old you feel. You do realise, I'm in my... I was going to say late, but it's not quite late. I'm still in my mid-40s. It's fine. I don't officially become late 40s until June, but anyway, so I'm still in my mid 40s, but with the fibro, I ache and creak like a 95-year-old. I really do. I really do. And following the bladder cancer last year, I need to run for a loo every 10 minutes like an 80 or 90-year-old as well. So, you know, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Luckily, I've got enough skincare and Botox in a bottle that my skin doesn't quite look like an 80-year-old anymore. But yes, anyway, HS, we've got you. I've got you. Your timestamp is coming up once I've got my pen. Your timestamp is coming up right now. Okay, HS, let's look at your question. By the way, whenever I'm reading, you know what I feel. Whenever I'm reading, I click off the main live chat and click over onto the question side, just because I get very easily distracted, as many of you will have seen, because of the ADHD. By the way, after this, we want a like spike, please. After this reading, we want to get a like spike in. That would be glorious. Right then, let's have a look. Question, what can be done to get to get S attracted towards me? I really like him and want to try. So this is where you're verging onto witchcraft, and there's an ethical issue here, HS. Now the ethical issue is basically this, right? A love spell can work, and I mean, I have never... Have I ever done a love spell? I don't think I've ever done a love spell, but they can be incredibly effective, right? They can work absolute wonders. They can be this incredible thing, but there's two issues with love spells and with love workings, right? The first one is, does that person actually like you, or are they just under the influence of your spell, right? So all the way through, say if you were to do it, I don't know, say the person is called Bob, right? And you like Bob, so you do a working. Bob then, you know, gets interested in you. You start hanging out, you start a relationship. Great, all wonderful, isn't it? And Bob says, oh, I really love you, you're really lovely, I really love you. Does he? Or is Bob just under your spell? And if he had his free will, would it actually be real? Which brings us to the second problem. You're going against somebody's free will, which ethically has all sorts of ramifications, all sorts of major issues, because then you start going down the road of, is this baneful magic? Is this like dark magic? Is this something, as soon as you start for me, and again, I know Neil and I have talked about a podcast about the ethics of magic, but for me, as soon as you start going down the road of taking away someone else's free will, then you get into a very sticky element. And you can, trust me, it can work. Magic is incredibly intense, and magic can do incredibly odd and weird and wonderful things. But should it? Because once you cross that line and you start removing somebody else's free will, it's a bit like in the real world. There's a word. If you are in a relationship with someone and they have not consented, there is a word for that, and it's not a word that we can use on the YouTubes. And with magic, it works the same way, but there are repercussions with the magics, because the minute you start delving into magic that takes away someone else's free will, even with a love spell, even when you think a love spell is the most wonderful thing in the world, in this case S, or as in my example, Bob might not like you, might not want to be with you, but is under that charm, under that spell, under that working, and then that goes down very, very difficult areas for me. So I'm going to redo your question, and I'm going to say what we're going to ask the cards is, what are S's feelings towards you? Okay, that's what we want to know. And I'm going to do it so simply. I'm going to do it with one card, right? So dragons, hopefully that makes sense, HS. So dragons, HS is asking, we want to know, is S attracted to HS, right? Is S attracted to HS? I'm going to do one card, dragons. We want a very definitive answer. Okay, none of this could be maybe ishy wishy-washy. We want a very definitive answer, dragons. So Wispy, get working, get thinking. We want to know a very definitive answer. Okay, so then, does S have feelings? Is S attracted to HS? That's what we want to know, dragons. Right, here, Wispy. So Wispy also likes to get the hairs on the back of my neck lifting when Wispy's around. And the hairs on the back of my neck are now going up as if someone's blowing on me, which is fine, except it's cold in this room. So that's not exactly what we want. Thank you, Wispy. You can get off my neck now because it is chilly. I know, right? Anybody watching this for the first time would probably think I've absolutely cracked. I've cracked. Right then, HS, let's have a look at your drop card. Oh, hang on. It's going to go again. It's going to go again. I can feel it. Can you see that separating just there? Look. Oh. Again, not where I thought it was going to go. Right. So your card is. Oh, right. Okay. I don't think you need a magic spell. You've got the 10 of Cups. I don't think you need a spell for this. This is not spell territory, HS. Look at the card. Look at the card. Don't do magic on this person. They've got feelings for you. Look. So Cups is about emotions. Cups is about your passions, the things that float your boat and tickle your pickle. And look, we've got the rainbow. We've got this embracing couple on a beach. We've got the 10 Cups. This is really, really, thank you, Wispy. Thank you. See, this is not a mamby-pamby card. This is a really positive, loving Cups card. This is a great Valentine's Day card, right? You don't need to do any workings for this person. You don't need to do any, no magic needed to persuade them. This person actually has feelings. They have an attraction towards you. All you need to do is let nature take its course. Maybe do a bit of flirtation. Maybe ask S out for a date. Because it does feel very much with the 10 of Cups that there is absolutely no need to do any workings. You don't need to break S's will in order to be attracted to you, because it feels very much like that attraction is already there. So please, whatever you do, don't get tempted by love spells and all of that. They're not as innocuous, and they can rebound, and they can have terrible effects, including that person becoming a stalker. There's all sorts of really horrible effects that can happen. Just let nature take its course. You've got the 10 of cups. You've got this. You don't need to do anything else. But hopefully, my darling, hopefully that helps. Let me click on the live. Let me have a little look-see. From your question, you wish to know what he feels about you, or if this is meant to be. Only if he likes you, then what should be your next step? Just flirt. Just flirt. Do a bit of flirting and ask him on a date. Ask him out for coffee. Ask him out for coffee, and then when you're halfway through, just say, do you fancy a quickie? That's what worked in my other half for me, and we've been together 8 years in October. So you know, it works. But yes, so there is definitely feelings there, absolutely. And you say you weren't going to do a love spell. All right, my darling. It just it feels what can be done to get S attracted towards you. It feels very much magic-y. But yes, no, don't worry. It's fine. Don't worry, it's absolutely fine. You've got the answer now. Bit of flirting, little bit of flirting. You've got the 10 of cups. That's what he feels for you. Absolutely, go for it. As Queen's just said, lucky, the 10 of cups is the best card to get in that scenario. Absolutely, because there's a lot of really lovely emotions there. So I think you just need to go, do you want to go for a coffee or what? Or, oh, I'm so hungry. If only there was a restaurant nearby that we could go for. That I could go for dinner with somebody that might want to take me for dinner. I mean, who could that possibly be? Use your lashes. Use your whatever. Use all of your ability just to go. Look at me trying to show you how to flirt. You know. He never talks to you. Well, then you start the conversation. I don't know your gender, HS. It doesn't matter your gender. Like, it's the 21st century. You can go and have a conversation and literally just go and say, hello, I quite like you. Do you fancy going out for coffee? He only talks when you want any help. Well, then maybe you need to say to him, can you help me with something? And he'll say, what can I help you with? And you'll say, well, you see what it is. I've got this dinner reservation and it's for 2 people, but I'm actually just like, I'm just on my own. So like, do you fancy joining me? Or you go, I've got a problem. Can you help? And he says, yes, certainly. And you say, well, I really want to snog you, actually. I really want to kiss you, but I need you to say that that's okay so that you consent to me snogging you. And I kind of want you to kiss me back. So, if you can help me out with that, please. Why not? Right then. But yeah, he does. What? I did say they could do what you did. Fancy a quickie. See, that's what he just said. He just said it. See, I wasn't even lying, was I? I wasn't even lying. But yes, there we are, HS. He's got feelings for you. How you go from here, my darling, is if I knew, then I wouldn't have been surprised when he said, do you fancy a quickie? Because I thought that I was just helping him get over an ex, and then I absolutely was helping him get over an ex. And 8 years later, nearly 7.5 years later, we're going good. We're going strong. All of that. Right. Oh gosh. Right, so the next cab off the rank. Thank you for your question, HS. We are rapidly running really incredibly low on time today. If you do want to queue jump, if you're in the queue for a reading, then I will try and get to you as fast as I can. Use throw 132. I will add you onto the list, but there's 8 people in front of you, or 7 people in front of you. What do you mean too much info? That's what he said. That's literally what he said. I thought we were going out for coffee. We did go out for coffee. I thought I was there as a listening friend. It turns out it was a date. I didn't even know it was a date. That would be my advice, everybody. If you're asking someone out on a date, make sure they know it's a date. That would be useful. Right then. Amina, if you're here, my darling, come and say hello in the live. Amina, let me have a look. I've got your question in. Amina, come and say hello on the live stream so that we know that you are here, my darling. Yes, exactly. Oh, Patricia, exactly. Oh, it is nowadays. Yeah, it should be more than a quickie nowadays. We've been together nearly 7.5 years. Yaz, by the way, welcome, Yaz. Thank you for popping in. I agree with Patricia. Well, hang on, that one. We all know how to get over an X, get under a new one. Absolutely. Amina, if you're here, second call out for Amina. Amina Osman Oscar. Amina Osman Oscar, if you're here, my darling, come and say hello. Otherwise, if we call you a third time, you will forfeit your place in the queue. So let me just have a look on the QJUMP page. Nobody's QJumped, so that's fine. Amina Osman Oscar, third and final call. If you're here, Amina, come and say hello in the live. Nope, it looks like Amina has forfeited. So then the next person would be Misha. Misha, if you're here, my darling, come and say hello. Come and say hello, Misha. Come and say hello in the live chat. Come and say hello in the live chat. Come and say hello in the live chat. Then we've got Sarah Island and Queen. So Sarah Island and Queen. Misha, if you're here, come and say hello in the live chat. Come and say hello in the live chat. What music have I got to? Oh, by the way, did we get a like spike? What are we doing for likes? We need a like spike. Hit the like spike. Hit the like spike. Hit the like button, everybody. I know, right? Those will be the days. Those were the days, my friend. We thought they'd never end. We'd sing and shag forever and a day. And now you need some lube and something else that's rude. Oh, yes, you do. No, chop, 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 chop. Nope, nope. Nope, that was going to be very rude. Can't say that on the interwebs. That's maybe why your battery's... No, it doesn't work that way. It's like a car battery, Patricia. The more you use it, the more it charges. That's how it works. Thank you, Queen. You love the sounds. Right. Everybody, have you hit the like button? Hit it now, hit it now, hit it, ding it, ding it, ding it. Can someone let me know what we've got on the back end of the like button? Yay! Glorious! Your ex is your stepdaughter's biological dad, who you've been best mates with for 10 years, and now you're planning on living together in an asexual relationship. That's lots of detail, Wolf Boyo. That is lots of detail. It looks like, Sarah, it looks like you will be next, because Misha, it doesn't look like Misha is here. So, Misha, unfortunately, you forfeit your place. So then, Sarah Ireland, you're here, my darling. Question, is your Nana still around you? Let me have a look. So then, let's have a look at the cards. Dragons. Oh, gosh. Right, dragons. Pardon me. Dragons, dragons, dragons. Let's have a look. How are we going to do this? First of all, let me just write down the time code. 42 minutes in. Sarah Ireland. Right, Sarah, I will have a look for you. This is your timestamp. We'll see what the cards say after this. Don't forget, everybody, if you haven't already, please do ding that bell so that YouTube notifies you whenever we upload a video on this channel or when I go live. That also means you should hit the subscribe button as well. Then that way you'll be notified in theory whenever we upload on the channel. We've had a card jump. I don't know whether you saw that then. The card that jumped is the Chariot, and it landed this way up. So we've got the Chariot. So this is about movement, Sarah. So you're asking, is your Nana still around? The Chariot would maybe suggest that there's been some movement. So maybe she has actually moved on. I don't know. It's going to be a bit of a difficult one to interpret the cards for this, but I will give it my absolute best. So then, dragons, we're going to do the drop for Sarah, wanting to know if her Nana is still around. I'm not sure that this is going to be something we can really answer with the tarot. But we will certainly give it a go. It's going to go a third time. There you go. I could feel it. I could feel it going a third time. Right. I don't think there's any way to answer this with the tarot cards, in all honesty. So then, I tell you what, I'm going to put the tarot cards to one side. Dragons. Let's see if we can get the, hang on, let's go with Wispy. Wispy. What we need is a connection that's deeper than we normally do on the tarot. Okay. Right. So, what was your nana's name? I've got. There's something that is right. Okay. Possibly. Fear. I've just written something down, so I'm just going to see. Sarah, what was your nana's name? Yeah, I'm just pausing the readings just for a second. Let me just see if we can tune. Sometimes we can tune. I've got something, but again, because I don't normally do this, I don't know where it's coming from. Come on, dragons. Come on, dragons. So, Sarah, no, Fresia's is my mum, dragons. Unless are Fresia's a scent that you'd associate with her? Because I'm getting right. I haven't got Doris. I've got a V name. I don't know why. I don't know why that was coming in, but there's you. I don't know whether this is about my mum, because I'm getting Fresia's, right, which is the smell that my mum loved, and it's a very special smell to me, and I'm getting wafts of that coming across, and also you've smelt this. You've smelt something. There's been some floral thing that is absolutely her. It's not lavender, and it's not. I've got Cousins Imperial Leather, and I don't know why I'm getting given these. I don't know why I'm getting given these. I don't know. I think there's a bit of a delay as well on the chat, so that's not helping, Sarah. But I do. If you've smelt this flower, right, and it's also. Come on, dragons. Give it to me in a way that isn't going to confuse me with mum. We were not prepared for this tonight. Why am I getting Vicky? I'm getting Vicky, or Vivi, like Vivian. Vicky. Ah, maybe it could be Vera. It could be, but it's V. I don't know. Anyway, it's not something that we normally do on this channel. But I roses definitely that floral, but there's something else that you recognize with her. I don't know what the cigar reference is, but there's something else you recognize with her, and it's she was obsessed with imperial leather. There's another smell. Burnt fruitcakes. I think that's the smell. Burnt fruitcakes, like very specifically burnt fruitcakes, like old Christmas cake recipe, but it's been left in the oven far too long and it's black. But there's a specific smell, which is the raisins, currants, and sultanas when they burn, when they absolutely get stuck in a tin. There's a very specific thing that I am now being given of burnt cakes that were that was something. Oh, I can't. It's literally like she would be taking the mick. Vivian was your great grandmother. Vivian. Right. Okay. So burnt cakes is on brand. I'm telling you now, absolutely burnt old fruitcakes in an old, because it wasn't lined. It doesn't need lining paper. It needs lining paper. That conversation. Have we actually got a Vivian coming in? Is that actually who I've got? Is that who you're showing me? Was it the great grandmother? I don't know what time scale that puts it at, but so I think she's absolutely all right. So it's just this burning of cakes, this burning cakes. So there's a memory, Sarah. There's a memory that I keep getting given, and it's something. I don't know whether this was a wedding cake or a Christmas cake. It was an important occasion cake, right? An important one. And it burnt on the sides, around the sides, so much so that it was like with a long knife, I think it's a bread knife, because Rufus has one that he won when he was cooking, when he was chefing. So it's like a long bread knife that had to be used to like almost chisel this away, and there wasn't time to make another cake. I've got no idea what this is. It's definitely a fruit cake. I want to say Christmas, but it could be a wedding cake. It's that important a thing. And it was like, it's fine, it's going to be covered in icing, no one will notice. But it was noticed, and it became this running joke thing, or this running like, don't burn it this time. She winged everything. It feels like there was this thing where it was like there's some joke around, oh, this is so bad taste, but it's when I die you can cremate me like my cakes. Don't know what that means, don't know why I'm getting that. I'm not sensing anything other than these cakes. I keep being shown. You'll know exactly what this is, right? You'll know exactly what this incident is. There was an incident where this really important cake was being made. Anniversary, wedding anniversary, something like that. Used to scrape it off. Absolutely, that's literally scraping it off with a long bread knife, not like a not curved. It's like a long flat knife, and it's like it's a round cake. I'm sure it's a round cake, and literally, if I got, oh, how can I show you? Right, okay, look, like this, right? So it's a round cake, and it's like that, but they have to cut so much off that on the sides, it's literally like it becomes almost rounded rather than it being like flat. So they literally like scrape, and there's all this black tar cake that's falling down, and then it's being packed with my granddad would go absolutely spare if this happened in his kitchen, because my granddad was a confectioner, and he would go absolutely spare. But it was being packed with either marzipan or fondant icing to make it straight again, so it was hidden all on one side, because it was all literally like tar. And whatever this is, it's a specific occasion that I'm being given that you will recognize. And this smell, this really deep florally, really florally smell, but you smell this smell. Birthday cake, it was yours, right? Okay, that makes sense then. That makes absolute sense then. So this is why it's being shown to me for you. There's a thing there's a thing that you do. Right, okay, dragons. There's a thing that you do, and it's almost like what they're giving me, right? What they're giving me is this thing where it's like when you look in the mirror, you see your grandmother, and what they're giving it is me, because when I look in the mirror, if my lines here are looking a bit wibblied, like if I haven't moisturized and hyaluronic acided, then these lines get really intense. And then I see my grandmother. I skip a generation. It's not even my mum that comes. It's like my nan. And there's something where you've looked in the mirror and almost seen your nan's face in the mirror. And then you've kind of looked twice and it's your face. But there's been a moment, and there's something you do. There's something, dragons, I need more clarity on this. There's something you do on a not daily, but at least weekly basis, where it's like, do you know what I want to say, right? Is that you're using either your nan or your great nan's like compact or makeup brush or makeup mirror or something, almost like you're using Elizabeth Arden foundation powder because it smells of her, and every time you use it, it's like, that's my nan. Or it's this it's something that is opening and to do with makeup, and every single time you use it, you're like, it's putting you in mind of her. So yeah, basically, right, basically she's around you, and she is absolutely she lets you know, excuse me, she lets you know, but she absolutely she's around, but she's gone, if that makes sense. It's like they stick their head through from the other side occasionally and just have a little look, see, make sure the rellies are okay, the relatives are all okay, and then she'll give you a sense of a smell or a sense of something, just to kind of go, I'm here, hopefully everything's okay. And oh, okay, all right, dragons, you can take that off. Did you when she was passing, did you lie on her bed next to her, or at the base of the bed, or something? There's something I'm being given this image, and literally it's like, they're, oh, come on, brain. It's like the doctors or the medical staff are basically going, she doesn't know you're here, she doesn't know you're there, she doesn't know. And someone was sat on the edge of the bed and then kind of lied down next to her, like literally the day or whenever that she was passing, and she was aware of it. She was aware that somebody was there. She was absolutely aware that someone was there. And she returns the favor. Have you had your bed? Have you had your bed feel as if someone sat on the end of it, on the feet, on the bottom of the bed where your feet are? That's what I keep getting given, is this. She kind of does it to say that she was aware, if that makes sense. It's her birthday soon, right? Okay, right. I'm gonna try and move on because I do have like other readings in. But yeah, she's around, and she'll pop in and let you know like what's going on and stuff. And look out for even you've made the bed at some point, and then you've gone into the bedroom, and there's a divot where it looks like someone sat on the bed, and it's almost like you've gone, who the flaming heck has been in and messed my bed up? And it isn't. It's because she sat there and she was having a giggle because she had a bit of a dry sense of humor, and it would wind you up to have this. It's almost like the duvet, everything else is made perfect, and then there's just this like ruffle bit at the bottom. I don't know whether you've got pets, but it's like you blame the pets or you blame the kids, and it was actually her that had sat on the end of the bed because it was giving that moment back to you to say, I sat on the edge of your bed because you were sat there with me while I was crossing. But yeah, right. I'm going to move on, Sarah. Sorry, you've got me well and truly connecting with stuff. But I'm going to move on purely and simply because I've got lots of tarot readings in, and I want to get that. You felt someone sat on the bed last night. Oh, I could have said it was recent. I could have, in fact, I should have said it was recent, because this is why she's giving it to me now, is because it's that thing of, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And it is literally like, and I don't get the impression that she was in her heyday. I don't get the impression she was a little woman. Like, she wasn't the tiniest of frail little bird-like figure. She was a little bit more hefty, because the divot in the bed, it didn't go very deep, but it was a bit wide, if that makes sense. But yeah, right, I'm going to move on. Thank you, dragons. Thank you, Wispy. You can take it off. Thank you, dragons. What is it they call it? A thingy of spirit, an example. No, a thingy of spirit that they do in the spiritualist churches. I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, there was a thing where it's like, it's a thingy of spirit, an example, if you like. But for that now, for that, my darling, I'm going to say thank you very much, and I'm going to move on to what will be the last reading today. So it's going to be Queen. If you're here, my darling, come and say hello in the live chats. Queen, this has been a very different reading tonight, a very different stream tonight. Wow, I wasn't expecting to go into whatever that is. I don't know whether it's psychicness, but whatever that is, I wasn't expecting that tonight. But anyway, thank you, Sarah. I'm going to move on to Queen, and no problem at all, Sarah. But yeah, she's around you, absolutely. And anytime that you make the bed and then it looks a bit unruffled, that's her playing silly buggers. She's just playing silly buggers. And it will always be on the end of the bed, not in the middle. It'll be the end of the bed, because that's where you were, apparently. Right, Queen, let's have a look. I'm going to do your timestamp. Wow, that went somewhere, didn't it? Wow. Right. Okay. Timestamp for Queen. This is your timestamp. Oh, didn't play. Okay, Queen, let me just have a look for you. So your question is, oh, hang on, no, that's not that one. Will IK have romantic feelings for me in the future? You're not in contact right now. Okay, dragons. This is a bit easier one. This is more of a standard tarot question. Will IK have romantic feelings for Queen? That's what we want to know. Let me just have a quick look. Will IK have romantic feelings for Queen? Let me have a look-see. By the way, Ed, I completely... It's not that I forgot to message you yesterday about your reading. I literally got home and passed out, which is really interesting, because when I pass out, I can sleep for 12 hours and not need a wee. However, if I go to bed and actually sleep, I'm up 3-4 times in a 6-hour period. It's very strange, very strange. But yeah, I passed out on the sofa, so I wasn't able to message, unfortunately. But I will message you and we'll sort it out this week. Okay, my friend. Lifting the veil a little bit, yes, a little bit. Mediumship, thank you. I'm not a medium. I'm an extra large. Right then, Queen, let's have a look. So, dragons, will IK have romantic feelings for Queen in the future? They're currently not in a relationship or in contact right now. You've had a card flip. So we've got a modifying card and we've got the 5 of Swords. Now, this is, again, for me, it's always a card about challenges and obstacles. And this is really interesting because there are obstacles and challenges and it's causing a power imbalance. So there is a power imbalance here. Now, quite often this card can be that there are things that are unforeseen, things that aren't quite fully visible, things that haven't quite come to light yet. But definitely here, look, there is an absolute imbalance in the force, in the energies. So this person has won, this person is cowered over, and the swords, they've dropped the swords here. These are all the swords from their fight. So there's definitely a bit of an obstacle in place right now. So let's have a look at what your cards are going to do on the drop. So here we go. When's it going? When's it going? When's it going? It's going to go. It's going to go. There we go. There we go. Got your drop. Right then, let me have a look. 1, 2, and 3. So let's see what the cards are saying. Interesting. Right. So we've got, oh, I don't think so is the short answer. And I'll explain why. So the energy up to now, we've got the Emperor, but this is the back of the Emperor's throne. So here you can see there is a discarded wand that is a flame, so like a flaming torch. We've got lots of symbology here. So there's like a moon, like another moon there. We've got a sun in the middle, and the Emperor has his back to us. Now, the Emperor is always going to be a card of authority. It's always going to be a card which is dealing with yeah, like big boss energy, if you like. But this is reverse, which means the Emperor has almost, I would say, the Emperor's kind of given up on the situation. The Emperor is not interested, not focusing on what's behind. He's focusing on what's in front. So if IK is somebody who would normally be described as male, then absolutely that is in reference to this. So basically the Emperor is him, and he's looking forward. He isn't looking behind. He isn't stopping and turning around. So if you've been in contact in the past, he's not interested now. And if you haven't been in contact in the past, then he's not interested now either, because he's literally like focusing on other things. Now, in the present, we've got a card that I always have to do this this warning, that's the word I was looking for, which is this card does not mean what it says on the tin, right? There's a couple of cards in the tarot deck that have got some interesting names. Those names do not reflect the nature and the meaning of the card. So this card does not mean what it says on the face of it, right? It is the Death card. Now, we've had it this way up before, this way round. This is like the traditional image of death. Now, death never means death. It always means transformation. Sometimes that transformation can be incredibly hard to go through, but it's the ending of a chapter. It's the ending of, like, book 1 has now ended. Book 2 is about to start, like the end of the first Avengers film. And then here comes the next part, or like Endgame, whatever it was. It's like you have to get an ending for something else to start. And this is what's happening in the present at the moment. It feels like there is an ending. So if you've been in contact, I'm going to jump onto the live chat. So yeah, if you've been in contact, then you absolutely do need to like, if you've been friends, and if you've had like dalliances, or you've done anything in the past in terms of moving that relationship forward, it pretty much feels like it's run its course now, and new energy will be coming through. It feels very much like that ending is a very definitive. The Death card is a very firm ending. Like, this isn't a wishy-washy, oh well, maybe I'll see you next time, maybe, you know, give me a ring when you're next in town. No, this is a bye then, okay, bye, see you later, well, probably not, but you know, good luck with your life, I'll see you in the next one. It's like that much of a clunk. He used to be friendly, and now he just straight up ignores you. Got no idea why. Because he's moved on. Because with this card, with this Emperor card, he's not interested. He's not interested in anything romantic. He literally is focused on other things. And he doesn't pay you any attention because he doesn't feel that way. Literally, he just doesn't, unfortunately. And again, it's probably not the reading that you're wanting to hear, especially on Valentine's Day, but it is the reading, it is the truth. It's like he has permanently moved on from this and gone down a different road. He's got too much on his plate. No, I don't think it's too much on his plate. I think he's literally just interested in other things and looking in a different direction. And it's not as if he's like juggling a whole load of balls in the air or like spinning the plates. It's not that. He literally is just not interested right now. Now, that doesn't mean he's not going to be interested at any point in the future. But when you've got that and then the death card coming up in the present, it really does feel like there's not much hope of that relationship turning around and him suddenly going, oh my God, Queen, let's be in a relationship and let's like live happily ever after. It's probably not going to happen that way. Again, with the the 5 of Swords coming in as your modifier, with things not yet developed and not yet fully seen, whatever the reason is that he's now choosing not to be in contact, it kind of doesn't really matter. Like, he doesn't necessarily owe you a reason. He's now just not interested in further contact. It feels like he absolutely is just like, nope, like for whatever reason, he's moved on. He's definitively shut that door and he's moved on. And then in the future one, I'll be finished soon, love. Yes, yeah, of course I can.
It's fresh raw. Those 6 packets.
For the dogs?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it smells fine.
So I'm going to give them one each of these tonight.
Okay, sorry, Rufus has no sense of smell, so I have to smell everything to make sure things are fine. To be fair, Queen, I get what you're saying. I do get what you're saying. You're wondering why, but the answer to that is, this is going to sound really harsh, it's none of your business. I know that sounds awful. Please don't take it the wrong way, but like, whatever anybody else thinks of us, we're not in control of that. So like if people watch this and they go, oh my God, what the hell is that person talking about? You know, they're talking out their ass. I'm not responsible for how someone else feels about me. All I'm responsible for is me and my energy. The same with you, my darling. You're responsible for you. You're not responsible whether, you know, this person likes you or doesn't, or that's their business and their mess to sort out, their head to sort out. It's literally your business is just to be the ultimate you that you can be the best you, live your best life, be the happiest that you can possibly make yourself. And if there's people around to follow your journey, friends, family, you know, relationships, then even better. But if there's not, then just do it anyway. Be happy, make your life absolutely wonderful. And the thing is, you will never be able to get everybody to like you, and not everybody will like you, and not everybody will have a reason for not liking you. Like, I'm sure there's people, Queen, that you look at and you think, oh my God, absolutely, there is no way, like, I just don't like that person. And that's fine. You don't owe that person you don't have to like everybody. There'll be people that you're completely indifferent about. You're like, I've got no feelings about this person either way. Don't want to be their best mate. Don't want to be their enemy. Just it's a human being on the planet, right? There's also people that you will go, oh, I actively dislike that person. Like, oh my God, they get right on my wick, right up my nose. They are a pain in my backside. I just cannot stand them. The minute they open their gob, oh my God, just, oh, noise. And there'll be other people that you're like, oh, hi, how are you? Oh, you're really cool. Oh, I like you. Yeah, you're really, let's hang out. Let's go for coffee. Oh, how are you doing? All right. Yeah, let's have blah, 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 blah. And you'll click with. And that's just life. That is just life, my darling. And not everybody that did like you at one point will like you in the future. And it could be something that you've said or done. It could be something they've said or done. It could be something someone else has said about you. It could be a whole world of things. It could just be that person is literally just like, oh, I've got other things I need to focus on. They could even be, right? It could even be as innocuous. I have ADHD. So if somebody isn't in contact with me on a daily basis, they literally cease to exist in my brain. I forget whole friends. Like Neil that's on the stream will tell you there's been times where we haven't spoken for months. And it's not because I dislike him. It's not because I'm not like, I still class him as my brother, for God's sake. Like, it's not because of any of that. It's literally because the way my brain works, unless I'm going, oh, Neil's messaging. Oh, I need to message Neil back, blah, blah, blah. I forget. I literally just, that part of my brain doesn't work. And this could be the same thing with IK. It could be the exact same thing. That person could literally just be like, oh, or it could be that you've done something, or it could be that, I don't know, it could be 100 reasons, but none of those reasons really matter, my darling. All that matters is that they're currently not in that place where they want you in their life right now. And that's fine. Just to close this reading, like, the energy that we've got coming in is the Queen of Swords energy. Now, I think this is a warning for you. Honestly, I really do. Because this could go, if you, how can I put it? If you demand to know why he isn't interested, or if you demand to know why he's ghosting you, or whatever it is, if you try and pull that and say, I deserve an answer, I deserve to know, why don't you like me anymore? You liked me in 2022 and now it's 2023, you don't like me, what's going on? If you go down that road, you could venture into the Queen of Swords territory, and Queen of Swords is making more problems than she's solving, and is also like not stalkerish, but elements of that, if that makes sense. And that then becomes, instead of the question being, why doesn't IK like have attraction for me anymore? You know, what's going on with that? The question then becomes, from IK's perspective, why is Queen so obsessed? Whereas actually, I don't think you are obsessed. Maybe he finds you intimidating. Maybe, absolutely, maybe. But again, like, I'm quite a powerful woman. I'm quite a, like, not as in I can make you disappear. No, not as in that. But like, I'm quite forthright. I speak my mind. And a lot of people who knew me in the work that I used to do, I had a nickname as Hurricane Lisa, because I'd go in and just completely rip people a new one and like advocate for people, and I would not take no for an answer. And I'd go in and just leave this trail behind me of people that they were all doing things wrong, but I would just go in and go, nope, this is what needs to happen for my client, for our service user. This is what we need to do. This is how we're going to do it. This is what we're going to do. This is where you've been wrong. This is the law that you're breaking. This is the other law you're breaking. This is what you're not doing. And this is not going to happen on my watch. And I was, and still am, that person. I'm quite, if I get head up about things, you know what I mean? If I get my dander up, it's takes a lot to calm me down again, because I'm quite forthright. And a lot of people find that too much. And that's fine. If that's too much for people to hang around with, then that's fine. And again, my darling, it feels like with this Queen of Swords energy, and you asking if you find you intimidating, I would say yes, absolutely. But that doesn't mean you need to tone yourself down. It doesn't mean you need to diminish yourself in any way whatsoever. All you have to do is find the person that your forthright headed, strong-headed woman, your intimidation, that person will find charming and useful and engaging, and they will want to be with you because of that personality type, because you are a strong, independent woman. You've got that Beyonce energy. So because of that, like, if there's people along the way that can't deal with you being that strong boss ass energy, then so be it. They're not the right people to have in your space. You know what I mean? They really aren't. Whether that's romantic, friendship, work colleagues, whatever it is, if people can't get on the same page as you, if people aren't, you know, if people don't want to hang around with you because of your energy is too much, then so be it. Like, you don't have to change your energy for them. And when we start trying to do that, that's when we start wearing masks and hiding and all of this stuff. And all you can do, my darling, is live your life as authentically as you possibly can. And the right people that are here for your journey will come with you on your journey. And if that is with you being full on Queen of Swords, Daenerys, whatever it was from Game of Thrones, you know what I mean? And being like, if that is you and you are going to embody that card, then absolutely embody that card. And if you've got that Queen of Swords energy, then have the Queen of Swords energy. You will find the King of Swords and the Page of Swords and the Knight of Swords. You'll find your people. Honestly, it just, feels like IK isn't one of those. Maybe he prefers the Queen of Wands, a little bit more, you know, easier to manage, a little bit safer, a little bit more secure, whereas you're a bit more like do, you know what I mean? You're a bit more chaotic energy, and that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. You will find your own King, Page, Knight, Queen of Swords that you will connect with, honest to God, my darling. But it doesn't feel as if IK is the one. And with that, everybody, I am going to say goodbye. It's now way over 9 o'clock, so apologies to the mods again. So sorry that I was late today. We were held up, not at gunpoint. We were held up sorting some stuff out for the weekend and for the week in the warehouse, and it's just been hectic, and we've been trying to sort things out for our trip to London tomorrow, where is all very important trip. So yes, maybe I'll talk about it. In fact, we'll talk about it on Sunday on the members only chat over on, well, on this channel, on the members only chat. If you don't know, there is a channel membership at Beyond Authentic, no, at Buy Me a Coffee /Beyond Authentic. So yes, do feel free to join that over there. Oh, no problem, my darling. You're glad you've got clarity on the situation. No problem at all. Again, I always say to people, it's not the reading you want to hear, but it's the reading you need. And that is all I can ever do with the cards, my darling. But yes, wow, what a weird session tonight has been, everybody. What a fantastic session. I really feel like I need to do something with this mediumship malarkey. I really need to investigate this. So Sarah, thank you very much. If you're still on the live, thank you very much for bringing that my way and bringing that up. Miss B and Yusra 132, unfortunately we haven't got time for your readings today, so if you join me on the next live, which would be Thursday afternoon, for a couple of hours, then yeah, do hopefully you'll come and see us then, and I will make sure that we get your readings in. Yes, hope everyone has a great week. Same to you, my darling. Hope that you have a great day tomorrow, Lisa, and I'll see you soon. You will do. It's been a lovely evening. It's been, do you know what? Every time we connect with the spirity, like mediumshipy stuff, it freaks me the hell out, because I don't understand how any of that works. All I know is the dragons bring me the energy from the Akashic records with the tarot, and they seem to be able to bring it with this as well. So maybe that's something I need to look into in the future. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't know. It's a little bit freaky in my head. So we'll just have to see how it goes. Oh, Neil's still here. Yes, podcast recording soon. Absolutely. Patricia, I've got your incensey potpourri stuff to send you. Neil, I will respond to your message. Ed, I'll find your message on Instagram. Wolfboyo, I'll find your message on Instagram. Have a great week and night, and I hope that I see you all soon. Absolutely, Nanette, and I will, everybody check out Nanette's channel, Nanette's Necessities Witching Entertainment Hideout. Long title, but it's a lovely channel, and she does all sorts of things over there. Today she'll be talking about like movies that she finds connected into the romantic-y side of things. So yes, that'll be really cool. But there we go, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I'm going to go and have something to eat because I'm hungry. And yeah, 22 likes. Oh my gosh, today's target was 20, so till I'm victorious, and I will defend. Do you know what that gets us? Should we do one little dance party, a quick little seated dance party? So if you don't know, what we do is we start on my right, we start and we go click, and then we bring our hands up to this side, and at the time we give a little head bobble. So we're doing this, right? And the music is Tom Jones. So yes, we're going to do the Carlton on the count of 3, 2, 1. Keep it going. One more time. Right, that's enough of that. Thank you so much. It makes me giggle every time. Thank you so much, everybody. I've had an absolutely great evening. I'm going to go and eat dinner, and I will speak to you all very, very, very soon. And as I always say, stay you, stay true, stay authentic, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye bye. See you all later. Bye bye.